In today's gospel from Mark chapter 1, Jesus is healing and casting out evil from people's lives. Put succinctly, a very real part of his ministry is for our healing and freedom, because he knows that we suffer at times, and sometimes extended times, while we're in this world. We can suffer from little daily things like the fever of Peter's mother-in-law in today's gospel, and much bigger things like acute pain or chronic disease or short or long troubles in our hearts, souls, mentally, emotionally. The good news is, the great news is that Jesus sees this about the human condition and wants to help us. How? Well, Mark gives us an insight. A reoccurring way that Jesus prepares himself to help us is that he goes into prayer with his Father. He prays to the Father, and then he listens to the voice of the Father. In today's gospel, we see this when Mark tells us that Jesus gets up early in the morning, goes to a deserted place, and prays. Then, later, the disciples find him, and they want to take him back to the village where he's already been, but he says, no, let's go to more towns that need him to bring healing and hope and freedom to those who are hurting and bound by the effects of sin and evil in their lives. Jesus consistently listened to the voice of his Father in his life. And I believe this is the key for us as we go through the challenges of living in this world. So, let's do a little of this right now. Let's do a little prayer exercise right now. Take advantage of here and now. I want you all then to close your eyes. Everybody, just close your eyes and settle in your seats. I'd like to take you through a spiritual exercise for you to experience something of listening to the voice of God in your life. If you would, then let me guide the more creative part of your brain through whatever you are currently struggling with, or maybe the memory of past experiences or the anxiety of something that may or may not happen in the future. But let me set the background for you first. You are the passenger. God is the voice. The storm without a pilot is whatever you're currently struggling with, or the memory of that, or the fear of that in the future. A sickness, confusion, fear, spiritual darkness, a sense of being alone and without anyone to care for you, mental or emotional anxiety, past trauma, panic, suffering, loss. Okay, so with your eyes closed, here we go. Imagine yourself first at an airport. As I lead you, I'll just lead you through a series of scenes. Just place yourself there. You're about ready to purchase a ticket. You see a man approach you, asking you where you want to go. Of course, where you want to go is anywhere other than your struggling condition. You tell him, he tells you, I can get you there, and for a whole lot cheaper than that airline ticket. This pilot represents the easy ways the world tells us you can overcome your situation. He says, I have my own airplane. I'll take you there. Again, against your better judgment, you allow him to convince you. So there you are in a two-person plane. See yourself flying to your destination. At first, everything seems fine, even exhilarating. It's definitely distracting you from whatever it is that you're struggling with. as you feel the wind take you up and down in the sky. All seems well for a while. However, clouds begin to cover the sky. See them encroach upon you. And the pilot tries and tries to fly around them in his little craft, but what is before you now is unavoidable. You're now in the thick of it. Thunder, lightning, winds, and you're being tossed about. The pilot, unknown to you, has limitations. He has some health problems. And he's not able to deliver what he promises. In fact, as you initially suspected, this person was never capable of getting you to your destination. Due to the pressure, he passes out. You are left alone to fly the plane. There you are again, feeling alone with storms all around you and within you. You don't know how to rescue yourself. You don't know how to get through this and reach your destination safely. Feel the fear. Feel the anxiety, the terror, the unknown. An idea comes to you for help. You grab the mic, do this in your mind's eye, grab the mic, connect it to the radio, and ask for help. A voice from an air traffic controller responds. This is, of course, the voice of God. In desperation, you explain your situation. Take a minute to tell God in your heart about your situation. Take a minute to do that now. The voice calmly tells you, we can get through this together. But you have to listen. Listen to my voice. Follow my voice. Do whatever I tell you to do. Do you trust me? Will you follow me? You respond yes, even though you continue to fear and doubt. As you listen, the voice guides you through the darkness, the disorientation of flying through the clouds and storms. You're able to keep the plane moving in the direction of your destination, despite all the turbulence. As you fly the plane with the help of the voice, you start to hear other voices come across the radio, others who hear of your plight. They are encouraging you, telling you they're lifting you up in prayer. You can do this. Follow the voice, letting you know that they have found themselves in similar rough situations like yours, and they made it. These are the voices of loved ones, and even the saints who have gone before us in faith, and they are now with God. And other friends and other supportive people who care for us and want to help us reach our destination safely. Listen to them. Take a moment to listen to them. Their voices give you hope. You are not alone. After a period of time, the voice gives you guidance on how to fly out of the storm and descend into the airport below to your original destination. You listen to the voice during every part of the descent from the chaos. See yourself in the plane descending from the chaos above. As you come closer and closer to the ground below. While scary beyond all imagining, you're able to land the plane with the help of the voice. Land the plane. You come to a stop and you breathe a huge sigh of relief and give thanks to God. As you sit there just for a moment to collect yourself for what must have seemed like a long time, a man comes running out to the plane. See him running to you. As you exit the plane safely, you look at him and he looks at you. And he tells you, I am the voice. He embraces you. Jesus embraces you. Let him embrace you now. And say now to him whatever it is you want to say to him. And open your eyes. Friends, we have a destination. We always have. We have a destination we all want. It's heaven, ultimately. On the way there, while living in this world, like Job from our first reading today, we're going to experience suffering and challenges to our faith even. As we do so, there will be all sorts of people and proposals that will come our way, promising a better way than what Jesus offers us, even if it's just distractions. As we experience the storms of our lives, the hurts and the losses and loneliness and confusion, we often will feel abandoned, like no one knows what we're going through. And no one knows how to get us through it. The storm is too big, wide, long. We could try to navigate it. Time and again, though, the best way to our destination is not to avoid the darkness and disorientation, but to invite Jesus into it. To pray. To speak to him, and at times to cry out to him. And then to listen to his voice. While suffering this life is unavoidable with or without God, due to the fallen nature of this world and the fallenness of human nature, Jesus wants to be and can be and will be the voice that leads us through the struggles, rescues us, saves us, and lands us in the places where we can encounter him, come to know and love him, and forever walk with him as the disciples who has learned through the storms of our lives to listen to his voice. And all of this can happen not despite the scary parts of our lives, but in fact because of them, through them, and with God leading us every step of the way. Furthermore, as we learn to do every part of our lives with God, we can then also be the person and voice that is willing and able to help other people navigate the dark parts of their lives with God. And we do this together.